Check 1 2, check 1 2. Going live in just a moment, everyone. Just getting set up here. If you can hear my voice, give me a little thumbs up, a comment or something. And if you don't mind sharing this out with your friends, that would be greatly appreciated. I'm going to share this out a couple places and then we'll get started. This is our fourth weekly Townhall Livestream for the Broze for Mayor campaign here in Houston. And I'm really excited because we got lots to discuss. So give me just a moment. And if you don't mind sharing this out and let me know you can hear me okay, then we will get started. All right, we're going to go ahead and get started, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. If you can hear me okay, I appreciate everybody who has been showing love and support this week. It's been a busy week for me here, just trying to get this campaign moving. For those who are new, who might not be aware, because I know we've had a lot new support coming this past week, we do this every Friday from noon till 12:30 or 1 or so. I know I'm a few minutes late, but generally I'm trying to be here around noon to talk about the latest info for the campaign, to talk about our newest videos and take your questions and all that good stuff, and just give you guys an opportunity to speak to me. I know that some of you are aware that the other candidates don't make themselves as available as maybe some of you might like, and I'm trying to change that. I'm trying to make myself available for whoever has questions and whoever wants to talk to me or just get to know what I'm about. As I said, this is our fourth video, so if you haven't seen the other ones, I do recommend going back and watching them. They can be found on Facebook, of course, on our videos tab, or you can always visit our YouTube channel. For those who don't know, we do have a YouTube channel. It's just Broze for Mayor on YouTube. And we put out these weekly town hall live streams, as well as we are putting out weekly new campaign videos. And I want to focus on that right now. Actually, we're going to talk about my newest campaign video that we just put out. Was it yesterday? Or no, actually just this morning. I was hoping to get it out earlier in the week, but we got it out today. So I'm guessing you guys can hear me okay. I hear no complaints. Nobody's saying that I sound like crap or anything like that. So we're going to go forward. So first off, let's talk about what's new this week in the campaign. First of all, for those who don't know, we did start a new Facebook group specifically for volunteers who might be interested in the campaign. And if that's something that interests you, well, then I want to invite you to look up our group, which can now be found on Facebook. And of course, if you haven't seen our website, bookmark the website, derrickbroze.com. If you are new to this, you can come check out our videos. You can see the issues that I'm talking about over here on the mayor page. If you want to contact me, you get in touch with me. You can also check out our blogs talking about all the events that we've got going on and all of our upcoming events. As I said, we also have the Broze for Mayor volunteer group that's going on, and that's just going to be a place for you guys to connect to me and to talk to me directly, those of you who want to volunteer. Now, the situation I'm in right now is our team is small. We've got a lot of support. The videos that I'm going to show you in just a moment are brand new video about surveillance. These videos are being made for free by friends who just care about my work and who want to make sure that we have a good, solid campaign foundation that we can spread ideas. And so we're blessed to have the skills of these talented people coming together to support me and to support these ideas. So we've got videos, we've got memes, we've got all that kind of digital stuff. At this point, what we need is we need more bodies, more physical people who are ready and willing to hit the streets this month to go out and talk to people about my campaign ideas, people who want to come ask me questions, people who want to go to city council, people who are willing to tag and message and email other local media. I mentioned this last week to those of you who were tuned in. I was saying that if you see some of the other local media, like say Isaiah Carey or Greg Grugan or Chauncey Glover, or just any of the people who are on ABC 13, Fox 26, these channels, comment to them, send them my videos, ask them how come they're only focusing on Bill King and Tony Busby and Sylvester Turner. Let them know that there are other candidates, not just myself, but there are several other candidates out there, and ask them to give us some airtime And either way, even if they want to ignore us, we're going to keep pushing this message as far as we can. So I'm not too worried about it at the end of the day. But any coverage we can get will definitely help get these ideas out there in the coming weeks and months, because we've got 5 months now, 5 months to spread ideas. I am simply being the vessel for these ideas, for the concept of self-ownership, for the fact that this sort of crazy idea that you Houstonians, you beautiful Houstonians, actually own your bodies and own yourself, and that you should have a voice in this city, and that you should be able to decide if you want to use cannabis to medicate, if you want to feed the homeless, if you want to have 5G in your neighborhood, if you want to vaccinate your family. You should be able to decide if you want surveillance in the city. You should be able to decide all these issues and much, much more. So the whole goal of this campaign is to expose the corruption. That's what I'm going to continue to do, and to amplify the voices of Houstonians. And we're going to keep working on that. So reach out to local media and ask them to check out our campaign and to look into the issues that we have going on. Now, as far as upcoming events, we do have a few different things going on this month that I want to mention. Most immediately, I will say tomorrow, I plan to be at this event right here. You can see it on screen, the Cannabis Reform of Houston Walk. This is tomorrow from 4 to 7 p.m. at McGregor Park. If anybody wants to look this up, look up the Cannabis Reform of Houston Walk. It's hosted by the group Cannabis Reform of Houston. And it says, come join us for our Cannabis Reform of Houston Walk at the corner of MLK and Old Spanish Trail. We'll be out there with our signs, standing for freedom. Bring your signs, flyers, and flags, whatever you have to spread the word of freedom for cannabis. For those who can't walk or stand, we'll have a tent, a few chairs, and music at the park area. We'll be joined by the Bayou City Wellness Solutions. Come meet this. Also, so there's gonna be lots of people out there, and I'm gonna be out there hanging out for a couple hours, getting to meet the people in Houston who care about cannabis, decriminalizing cannabis, and really ending the drug war and stopping locking up people, nonviolent people, for essentially what amounts to just using a plant. Whether you're using it medicinally or recreationally, as far as I'm concerned, it's none of my business. That's your choice. And so we'll be doing that. And then I do believe after that, once the kind of rally and walk ends at 7 p.m., they're going to head over to Midtown Bar and Grill and hang out for a few hours and just spend some time together. And so I might be there as well. So if you're interested in cannabis, or even if you're not really interested in cannabis, but maybe you want to learn more about that, or if you just want to come connect with me, then consider coming to this event. That's tomorrow, June 8th. So tomorrow afternoon, 4 to 7 p.m., come hang out, and we'll spend some time together. Now, the other event that I have coming up later this month, there's actually 3 events going on this month that I want to bring to your attention. We don't have events made for all of them yet, but one of them that is coming up that I really would like your support and spreading the word about is an interview that I'm going to be doing with a local podcast, my friend, my buddy, Joseph Zinner. He is originally based in Louisiana. He's been in Houston a long time. And he has a show called The Ridiculous Hour, and he's going to be discussing the 9 issues that I'm focused on with me on Monday, June 24th at 7 p.m. And this will also be a live-streamed event, and he's trying to find a place. We might host it at Midtown Bar and Grill. For those who are wondering why we keep using Midtown Bar and Grill, we're not just going to focus on that neighborhood. It's over there in Montrose and West Gray. We're going to hit up lots of different neighborhoods. But Midtown Bar and Grill is a 24-hour business, and I've been working with them for years, hosting activist events and documentary screenings and teach-ins and all kinds of stuff. And the owner of the business is very supportive of my work. He's very supportive of this business, of our campaign. He's going to let us put signs up once we get yard signs. We are working on yard signs for those who want them. And we should be printing stickers and flyers this weekend so that I can give out some flyers at tomorrow's event. But so we'll maybe be hosting this live for those of you who want to come hear Joe interview me in person, or you can watch the live stream. That's going to be the last Monday of this month, June 24th. And what I'm really excited about, guys, is that Monday, so starting Monday, June 24th, we're going to kick off a 7-day money bomb. And for those who have never heard that phrase, what it means is that we're going to be doing some fundraising. So the last 7 days of the month, starting with Monday, June 24th, all the way till Sunday, June 30th, we will have a GoFundMe or a crowdfunding campaign. And if you want to give to our campaign, this would be the time to do it. So if you don't have any money at the moment, save up a little bit. If you can give $5, $10, what we're aiming for is $20. If we can get $20 suggested donations from 100 people, let's look at it this way. We have 500 people so far who've liked this Facebook page, and then other people are following elsewhere. So 500 people who support this campaign enough to go give it a click and a like. If we could even get half of those people to give $20, we could reach our goal. What I'm trying to do is raise about $2,000. What that'll allow me to do is to pay for the filing fee. For those who are unaware, you have to pay $1,200 to run for mayor here in the city of Houston, which I think is a problem itself, because that kind of keeps some of those folks like myself who are low income from being able to participate. I'm not a self-funded millionaire like Tony Busby. I'm not a career politician like Sylvester Turner. So I need help from you guys, because I can't do it without you. So let's think about this. If we can get 100 people to donate $20, that'll raise enough money for us to file so that I can officially be in the race starting in July, whenever the filing begins. And we'll have extra money for yard signs and for all kinds of other things. So you'll hear me talk more about that throughout the month and posting about it on Facebook. And if you haven't signed up for our newsletter on the website, I do recommend you visit the website, sign up for the newsletter, and please use an email that you're going to check, because I look at the numbers. And I mean, I use email every day. Maybe some of you don't use email, but if you're going to sign up for the email list, at least use an email that you're actually going to check, and, let's interact with each other. If email's not convenient for you, sign up for the Broze for Mayor volunteer group, and let's interact that way if that's more convenient for you. But we'll kick off the 7-day money bomb with this interview with Joseph Zinner on Monday, June 24th. That following Saturday, June 29th, we're going to have a concert at Midtown Bar and Grill. I'm working on getting a couple of local bands that are supportive of my campaign, and that's going to be much different. It's not going to be me talking for 2 hours like our event was a couple of weeks ago. It's not going to be me being interviewed for an hour like the interview with Joseph will be. It's going to be a fun night of food, music, art. We're going to get a couple vendors out there, and I'll give a couple of short, talks, 5-10 minutes. But we're just going to hang out. We're going to have a good time, and we're going to raise some money. So that'll be Saturday, June 29th. And in the following day, Sunday, June 30th, which will be the last day, day 7 of our 7-day money bomb, I want to hit the streets with any of you who are interested. Let's go out to the streets of Houston. Let's find a popular event. Let's find something going on June 30th where we can hit the streets of Houston. We'll have flyers. Hopefully we'll have our yard signs and maybe some banners and things of that. We can make some signs together and just get out there in the streets and tell people about what's going on in this campaign. Because for all the power and the beauty of the internet and the social media, nothing compares. I know this fully. Nothing compares to talking to people face to face and getting to know them, one-on-one. So that's what I want to aim for. So again, Monday, June 24th, we'll be doing an interview with Joseph Zinner, and that'll be the kickoff of our 7-day money bomb. Saturday, June 29th, we'll be having a crowdfunding concert fundraiser for the campaign. And then the next day, Sunday, June 30th, we will hit the streets and we'll pass out information about this campaign and spread the word. So that's a couple of weeks away. And in the meantime, we have a couple of weeks here for you to keep spreading the word about this campaign and to keep letting people know what we're doing and what we're all about. So I appreciate the support and everybody who has helped me up to this point, and let's push it even further. So if you're reaching out to me, I've had several people reach out to me and say, how can I get involved? How can I help? I try to give you guys a list of things. Join our volunteer group on Facebook. Sign up for the email newsletter and actually read the emails. Donate $20 if you can. Visit our website and donate. Let me know if you have time to hit the streets. Tell your friends about this. Share our videos. Share our content. Share the memes. Tell your friends. I'm going to be making flyers and stickers very soon, and those of you who want to come meet up, we can get those to you and we can get those distributed. We're going to be launching an Instagram account this weekend, and so if you know people on Instagram, we'll have that going. And I want to say that, I really don't like Instagram and Facebook. They are owned by the same people, the same company. I don't think they represent our values. I don't think they care about our privacy. I don't think they care about us as people. And they steal our data, and there's just a lot of different reasons. But unfortunately, all of you guys are on these platforms, so I have to be here until we can get more and more people to join better platforms. So in the meantime, I'm here. We're spreading ideas. We got a lot of support coming. I think that this is going to be a big month for us. I think June will be good. And then going into July, just looking further ahead, on, July 18th, I'll be speaking at the Cannabis Reform of Houston at their monthly meeting. And then Friday, July 26th, I'll be speaking to the Houston Property Rights Association about these ideas as well. So we've got a lot of things going on. And as I mentioned earlier this week, for those who may have seen, I have been accepted into another debate, which will be taking place in, I want to say August in Seabrook the Bay Area Democratic groups. There's 3 different Democratic groups, women's Democratic groups, that are hosting the candidates. So I'll be speaking there in August. And then in September, I'll be participating in the debate forum with the Greater Houston Pachyderm Club. And then in October, I'll be participating in debates at the University of Houston downtown and at the University of Houston. So 4 debates so far that I've been accepted into, and I'm hoping to get into more. But as I said earlier, if I don't raise enough money to file to officially be running by July and August, then I won't even be in the race at that point. I'm going to make it happen one way or the other, but I need your help to make it happen. So please consider donating when you can, how you can. Now I'm going to be quiet for a moment. I want to play you guys, in case you haven't had a chance to see it, play you our new video, our new campaign video, which is focused on my 3rd issue. So far we've released 2 videos, one focused on 5G, which you guys are very aware is a hot topic of mine that I'm focused on. The second video was on cannabis and decriminalizing cannabis, which you guys also know is important to me. Decriminalizing cannabis and welcoming cannabis businesses and things of that sort. And now we're going to play my newest video, which is focused on surveillance, the surveillance issues in the city of Houston. So check this out, and I will be right back. 1 second. All right, here we go.
2010, Houston voters decided to remove red light cameras due to safety and privacy concerns. Despite the best effort of Houstonians, over the last decade, the city of Houston has installed thousands of surveillance cameras in the Houston area. In addition, HPD is also in possession of a variety of tools which have the potential to violate Houstonians' privacy. For example, in recent years, HPD has partnered with the Harris Corporation to use so-called stingrays, devices with the capability of gathering data from innocent Houstonian cell phones. HPD also operates a real-time crime center, a command center where Houston police monitor camera feeds from around the city 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Centers like these are popping up around the United States, and a recent report from the Georgetown Law Center on Privacy and Technology warns about the dangers of these centers, especially when combined with facial recognition software. Facial recognition itself is becoming normalized at Houston's airports as it becomes required for travelers. Altogether, this surveillance apparatus represents an extremely grave threat to the privacy of Houstonians. It is also another area where the people of Houston have not had an opportunity to voice their support or opposition for such programs. My name is Derrick Broze. As a journalist, I worked to inform Houstonians about the dangers of this technology and question the former chief of police about the privacy threats. Now, as a candidate for mayor, I am calling for these programs to be placed on the ballot so the people of Houston can decide whether or not they want to continue to fund this invasive technology. Help me end the growing surveillance state in Houston by supporting my campaign for mayor and visiting DerrickBroze.com. This is a political advertisement for Derrick Broze for mayor of Houston.
Cool. I hope you guys like that. Let me know what y'all think about that one. I think it came out pretty good. We're trying to keep these down fairly simple, minute, 2 minutes at best, and keep the issues focused keep it focused on the issues that I'm promoting and that I care about. And as I said in that video, I'm the only one talking about these issues. I feel pretty confident the issues that I'm talking about, I'm the only one in the race talking about. I don't think there's another mayor candidate talking about putting a hold on 5G. I don't think there's another mayor candidate. I know there's no other mayor candidate talking about decriminalizing cannabis and welcoming cannabis businesses. And I know I'm the only one that's saying that you, the beautiful people out there in the city, should have a say in whether or not you're being watched all the time by these surveillance cameras, these CC surveillance cameras, or Stingray cell phone devices, or facial recognition software. And it's such a host of things going on that you have not had an opportunity to say and to say what you feel and what you think. And that's a problem. We need to change that. And I'm hoping that together we can change that. We can actually get your voices heard, my voice is heard, my voice heard. I know what it's like firsthand to go to city council, to go try to speak to the mayor, and to see that they don't care and that they're just going to ignore you if the issues you're talking about don't fit their goals and their agenda. And that's not the way the city should be run. If I have anything to do with that, any say in that, then we're going to change that. So let's do it together. Now, I want to bring another thing to your attention, another issue here. Some of you may have heard or seen me post about 5G yesterday. I just wrote an article and put out a video yesterday about how the state of Louisiana has become the first in the country to decide to study, the first state in the country to decide to study the health effects and environmental impact of 5G, which, as you guys know, 5G has already started to roll out in Houston as of last October with Verizon. And then just last week, despite your concerns, despite me asking the mayor and trying to raise awareness, Sprint announced that they have just expanded their 5G network, and now they're covering most of the inner loop. I posted a map of it. If you haven't seen it, it's on one of our Facebook pages posts. Go look at that. And so this 5G rollout is happening. Now, look, I'm not asking everybody out there, if you don't think there's health concerns, if you think it's all just conspiracy theory, quackery, for one, I invite you to look further into the topic because I think that you're completely wrong. But let's say you don't think that's true, right? You're not concerned about health effects. You should consider the privacy effects. I was just talking about the surveillance. Part of the surveillance grid in Houston is going to be the 5G network because, excuse me, for the 5G network to operate, for what they call the Internet of Things to operate, we're going to have tens and thousands of new cell sites and towers and sensors in order for the driverless cars and the sensors that make better traffic that the mayor keeps talking about. That's going to come with more surveillance devices, more listening devices, more recording devices. If we have any privacy left at the moment, it will be gone once 5G rolls out. And let's say you don't care about privacy. And let's say you don't think there's any health concerns, or you're like, well, everything gives you cancer. Why should I care, Mr. Broze? I'm not concerned about this. Well, this is another reason you should be concerned, because they are taking away your local power. The federal government, through the FCC and the Trump administration, has partnered with the telecom, the big wireless, big telecom lobby, to say that we're going to take away local power from the neighborhoods, the communities, the cities, and the states, and say they have no decision, no say in where we put these towers, how much they can charge. They can't study it. It's ridiculous all around, right? Now, here's a clear example. I was actually just sent this morning by a supporter. Thank you for sending this to me, about a 5G small cell tower going up on Sherbrooke Road in Tanglewood, which is a neighborhood here in Houston. And this is protecttanglewood.com. Now, apparently there are people actually pushing back against these towers. This one is off Sherbrooke Road let me see if I can zoom in to show you guys. And thanks to another friend, another supporter who is part of the Houstonians concern for 5G and EMF Houston, I've actually been given the list of where all the towers are. Let me see if you can see that pretty close. You can see it's just a tall tower, but at the top it's got this little antenna. That is a 5G tower right there. And as you can see from this, it's installed next to or on top of an existing pole. It might be brand new infrastructure. And it's literally right outside of somebody's house. There's a house, there's a car right there, there's a car parked right here. There's houses all around this. So this is what I mean when I say they're going to have to install these every 500 feet for them to work. Now, if this goes forward, you can expect to see these everywhere all over Tanglewood. But apparently, people in Tanglewood are actually pushing back. And from what I've been told, that I don't know if there's actually a lawsuit that's going to take place, but it seems like there's a potential for a lawsuit. The Tanglewood Home Association is basically trying to push back against this, and different neighbors are trying to push back against this. This gives me great hope, because not only do we have people pushing back in Louisiana, we have people pushing back in California, Portland, Oregon, Belgium, Switzerland, Australia, Austin. I've talked to people in Dallas, all over. But now this is where it's taking place. So, the solution, guys, I think is like, look, if I can't win, and if the mayor won't listen, and if none of the candidates will listen about 5G, then the answer is that you have to take it on the local level. You need to get involved in your community association, your homeowners association, your neighborhood association, whatever you have in your particular neighborhood, your particular municipality. That's where you need to get involved, because if the city council won't listen and the mayor won't listen, and if I can't get elected and stop this, then you have to fight it on neighborhood by neighborhood. And maybe some neighborhoods will be able to resist it and others won't. But that's how we can put up an act of resistance. Now, I want to make it clear, and I'll share this link to those who want to see this. But I want to make it clear for those who might not have got the understanding yet of how I'm running this campaign and what I'm doing here, is that I'm not promising you guys that if you elect me, I'm going to fix everything, because that's just a lie. That's a lie, okay? That's what politicians do. They lie to you. They tell you, elect me, I'll come save the day, and everything will be better. We know that that's BS, right? That's what every politician from the local to state and federal level has said in order to get votes. But see, since I'm not concerned about votes, if you want to vote for me come November 5th, then that's awesome, and I'll be glad to get 100 votes or 1,000 votes or 10,000 or whatever we can get. That'd be cool. But at the end of the day, as far as I'm concerned, this is a popularity contest, and the other two guys are a little bit more popular than me. They've got money, they've got connections. I am just an activist, a journalist, a regular Houstonian here. I'm a low income regular guy trying to survive. I don't have money just to spend all day to try to make this happen, but I'm using my time and energy to focus on these issues. So I can't tell you that if you elect me that we're going to fix everything. And I can't tell you that, if I get into office, everything's going to be perfect. But I can tell you that I'm the one who's willing to stand up to these people, that I don't care about standing up to the federal government, and I don't care about standing up to these corporations. In fact, I enjoy it. I like standing up to authority. I like challenging people who think that you, the regular Houstonians out there, are nobodies. Sylvester Turner says that he's the CEO of the city. He's the mayor, and you must address him with that title. I don't care about titles. I care about changing things. I care about changing this world. I care about changing myself, working on myself, and changing the city that I've grown up in and I've lived my entire life for the last 34 years. And if you care about that, then we need to work together, because you do not have very many allies out there. Sylvester Turner doesn't care about you. I don't care if you're black, brown, white, yellow, green, purple, what language you speak. Houston is such a diverse city. I want to connect to all of the different communities here in our city. I want to connect to the Vietnamese community, to the Indian communities, to the African American communities, to the Hispanic communities, to the Latinx communities, to everybody out there that is living and breathing in our city. I care about you and the things that you're concerned about. And I'm talking about these issues, even if you don't think they affect you. That is what is unique, I think, about this campaign that we're running. Surveillance affects everybody, no matter what your sexual orientation is, no matter what your background is, no matter how much money you make. Surveillance is going to affect everybody. The 5G grid is going to affect everybody. Getting locked up in cages affects everybody, because even if you don't use cannabis, even if you have no desire to use it medicinally, recreationally, I guarantee you either have a family member or you know somebody who has been locked up or has been affected by the drug war. So the issues that I'm focused on: homeless feeding, no mandatory vaccinations, protecting freedom of speech, protecting civil liberties, also taking away the power of the mayor. That's my ultimate goal. Taking the power of the mayor and giving it to city council, and hopefully through that inspiring you to take action, because that's the only thing that's going to change this, guys. I'm not focused just on Houston. I'm focused on the bigger picture. And if you want to see change in the world, we got to start here in Houston. So there's a lot of big issues going on in our country and in our world that can't be fixed just by taking on the big picture. We have to take a view of the big picture and see what's going on. But for the moment, we need to focus on Houston. We need to focus on fixing our community. And yes, I know that flooding is a concern, and I want to talk to you guys about how do we handle the flooding issues in Houston. I want to talk to you guys about how do we handle the potholes. I think that the answer is let the people take care of it, But I'm trying to focus on bigger issues, I think, at the moment, because these are the issues that are going to determine the future of our city. Do you want to live in a city where a mayor can come along and say, I'm going to allow mandatory vaccination orders, and if you don't vaccinate your kid, we're going to fine you or we're going to lock you up? But do you want to live in a city where they continue to lock people up for cannabis and for other, psilocybin, and for other victimless crimes and other victimless plants, plant medicines? Do you want to live in a city where they say it's illegal to share food with more than 5 people at a time? Do you want to live in a city where you're surrounded by a 24/7 surveillance grid? Do you want to live in a city where they do not care about your civil liberties and your freedom of speech? Do you want to live in a city that the mayor is essentially a dictator? Because that's where we're living. That's what's happening already right now, and that's the direction we're moving in. Now, if you want to imagine a different Houston, if you want to imagine a Houston where you are free to know that your freedom of speech and your civil liberties are protected, and free to own your body, because I believe in full bodily autonomy. I believe that you own yourself, and thus it is only up to you what you put in your body, how you medicate yourself, whether with cannabis, whether with vaccines or not. It's up to you how you educate your children, how you educate your family. As long as you're not causing harm to anybody else, the state, the city, the mayor has no business telling you how to live your life. That's where I stand, right? And we can have discussion, we can have dialogue, we can try to understand each other better and find our disagreements. But at the end of the day, the reason I'm running this campaign is because I want people in Houston to understand that we do not need the government, the corporations, Verizon, whoever else that the mayor's friends with, to be in your lives. We don't need them building cell towers in your backyards. We don't need them coming to knock on your door to tell you how to medicate your family. We don't need them telling you you can't feed the homeless. We don't need them spying on you 24/7. And we don't need them to continue to allow Houston to be food, full of food deserts. That's the other issue that I'm going to be talking about pretty soon, is about putting more community gardens and urban farms and food forests in Houston. I saw recently Atlanta they just voted to put in the biggest food forest in the country. And it's going to be this beautiful oasis where people can just come pick food for free and can grow their own food. Imagine that. Imagine a Houston that has more community gardens, more urban farms, more farmers markets, more food forests, and less concrete jungles, less empty vacant lots filled with trash, less parking lots and things of that sort. I think this is possible, guys. And if I can't get into office, I'm going to do everything I can to at least spread this message and spread these ideas. And I think that's where I'm going to leave it for this week, guys. I think I've ranted long enough. I appreciate everybody listening to me. I will just hold on for a moment. If anybody has questions, I'm happy to answer them. You can feel free to comment, and I'll respond to you right here. And if not, if you're watching this after it's live, feel free to comment below and I'll come respond to you later. I just want to reiterate, tomorrow I'll be at the Cannabis Reform of Houston Walk. That event, I'll post it again on the Facebook page. At the end of the month, we're having an interview on Monday, June 24th with Joseph Zinner. On Saturday, June 29th, we're doing a concert fundraiser. And then we're going to hit the streets on Sunday, June 30th. And we're going to do a 7-day money bomb. So if you can give any amount, $1, $2, $5, it's going to help us print yard signs so we can... I live in 5th Ward, and Tony Busby has invaded my neighborhood with his yard sign. So I can't have that. So if you want to help me get yard signs out there so I can put mine right in front of his or right next to his or things like that. And we're going to print flyers. We're going to put posters, all these things. But as I said, I don't have $1 million. I don't have the money in my back pocket. And I know that we're all struggling. This is why I'm not going to harp on the money issue too often during this campaign. If we can at least just get enough money for me to file, I'll run the whole campaign with $0. That's fine. That's fine with me. But I just want to make sure that you and me are not putting energy into this for nothing. And that means on July 21st, when filing for mayor's office officially begins, I have 1 month to file. And it costs $1,200 to file to officially be in the race. And when I do that, that'll guarantee that I'm going to be in debates in August, September, and October. And all these ideas that you're hearing me talk about will be heard by a larger audience, and I'll do everything in my power to make sure that they get heard. So if you can support, please visit DerrickBroze.com, check out the mayor tab, and you'll see a little donate button, and you can give whatever you can. And you'll hear more about the money bomb towards the end of the month. And yeah, remember, we put out new videos every week, and every Friday at noon, I'm doing this video for those who want to get connected to me. And I invite you guys to share this with your friends. Let them know that there's a new candidate in town and that it's not the same old political BS. It's not more hope and change. It's not more red, white, and blue, same old campaign, cookie cutter template. It's something different. It's something new. And I think it's something fresh that's going to get people interested who have never been interested in this campaign. And if that excites you, then let's get connected. Let's work together. I'm going to leave it there for now, guys. I appreciate your support. I appreciate everything that you have done for me and hopefully will do in the future, and we'll continue to work together. And with that, I will just let you know that you are powerful, you are beautiful, and you are free. Peace, friends. In this campaign. And if that excites you, then let's get connected. Let's work together. I'm going to leave it there for now, guys. I appreciate your support. I appreciate everything that you have done for me and hopefully will do in the future, and we'll continue to work together. And with that, I will just let you know that you are powerful, you are beautiful, and you are free. Peace, friends.